In the far reaches of northern New York, an annual tradition is about to begin. Kicking off the county fair, there marches the firefighters, local businesses, and a sports team with a peculiar name, the Turbine Swim Club, a sports team named for, not sponsored by, a renewable energy technology in New York's second reddest county. In fact, this technology has become a part of the way of life for those who call Lewis County home.
It really has become a definition of the town. People come from a really long way to Lowville to see turbines.
It's always nice when somebody comes in from the outside and says, wow, look at what you have in such a rural place, or wow, I moved here because the tax rate was so much lower.
Lewis County is famous for the largest wind farm in the east. It's the Maple Ridge Wind Project, which has been operating for almost 20 years, 321 megawatts, 195 turbines.
The region is ideally suited for wind energy. Located on the east slope of the Tug Hill Plateau, west of the Adirondack Mountains, with powerful winds coming off nearby Lake Ontario. Maple Ridge Wind Farm powers 139,000 homes, but what has made the lasting impact on the region isn't the power it provides, but the economic benefits.
School districts has changed leaps and bounds. I graduated from Lowville Academy when the first wind project was coming through. We built a whole middle school wing on a turf field, lots of upgrades.
And the most direct economic impacts are on the landowners where the mighty turbines reside.
The way that we've done it between the windmills, the cheese, the milk going into the market, we have 3 households living off from 45 cows, and that is commendable today.
Fortunately, the whole neighborhood pretty much was in agreement to move forward with it. We're a small farm and like to stay that way. You get an X amount of money you know is going to be coming in every year. You know, helps keep the farm sustainable at this size.
In the wake of large manufacturers closing or relocating out of the county, Maple Ridge brought much-needed economic development to the region. To date, the project has paid more than $1 million in direct payments to its landowners and more than $47 million in direct payments to the local municipalities and school districts. And it was just the beginning.
The second one that got built is called Copenhagen Wind. It's about 80 megawatts, owned by EDF. And then the next one to get built was Roaring Brook, which is owned by Avangrid, which is another 80 megawatts just south of here. And then the fourth one is Number 3 Wind, owned by Invenergy, which is 104 megawatts. And then there's a fifth project in development.
And it brought just a ton of money into the local community, towns, and we were so close to the Maple Ridge project. Boy, we missed out on that one. So then when we got approached about this project, it's like, yeah, let's do what we can do to get this thing going.
I always imagined 2 windmills on this hillside, one on that field up on top and one on this field over here on top. It didn't work out that way because of the communication towers that are right over here. We did have the transmission line running through.
It was clear, it was very economic. It's not about clean energy. We're not talking about, climate change here. We're talking about dollars. We're talking about dollars to the school. We're talking about improved roads. We're talking about dollars into farmers' pockets. And really in this community, farming is front and center. It is what everyone wants to protect, everyone wants to support, everyone loves about this community.
The way LACS managed that first project and then subsequent projects is initially they were able to lower taxes. With each project after that, just having a substantially lower sustainable tax level has kept our cost of living low enough that we can maintain our rural lifestyle.
As a dairy farmer, you don't know what's coming. And that was one of the reasons we did the cheese plant, was you can't have all your eggs in one basket today, not in agriculture. I can't say cookies in a jar because I got diabetes, so I say eggs in a basket. But anywhere you can make a little extra money helps. And like I say, on 45 cows at $20 milk, you're not gonna survive. You need something extra. Whether it be windmills, whether it be solar, whatever. You're gonna farm something. Right now we're farming the wind. Does that make sense? If we had solar panels, we'd be farming the sun. And at the same time, it does not interrupt with our farming operations at all.
It's hard to understand something when you see the incremental change over time. We have a turf field now, an art gallery, art studio in the school. It's really, really neat. Project that we wouldn't have been able to fund without raising taxes quite a bit.
The massive wind turbines don't only look over the town, the projects have become part of the very fabric of the community. In the summer of 2024, floodwaters swept through Lowville's downtown.
Cars were swallowed up by the floodwaters behind Jeb's restaurant.
We're on our second dumpster at the moment, but it's just all got to get cleaned out.
It's not in a floodplain. It's not a place you'd think would ever flood. And so some of the money that went to repair Jeb's came from one of the wind projects that had set aside money with the county for special projects, and Jeb's was a special project. If you asked anyone in the street in Lowville, should we fix Jeb's, the answer would universally be yes.
Their presence is felt throughout the town, be it the physical benefits in the rebuilt Jeb's and the improvements to the school district, to the money in the pockets of the farmers who can now pass down their farms for generations to come, to even the name of a small swim club named in its honor as they proudly march once again to the Lewis County Fair.